Skol, Vikings Nation. The 2025 NFL Draft is just 3 days away, and the future of our Minnesota Vikings is about to take shape in Green Bay. Can you feel the electricity? We're on the verge of adding game-changers to our roster. But who will GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah and coach Kevin O'Connell pick to keep our Super Bowl dreams alive? With only 4 picks this year, every choice is critical, and the mock drafts are buzzing with names that could transform our squad. This is Vikings News, your go-to for all things purple and gold. Today, we're diving into the hottest mock draft predictions, breaking down the players who could wear the horns in 2025. From offensive line beasts to lockdown corners, the experts are all over the map, and we've got the scoop on who's trending. Stick with me as we unpack 10 key moments that'll get you hyped for draft day. What do you think, Vikings fans? Are we grabbing a safety to replace Harrison Smith or bolstering the O-line to protect Sam Darnold? Drop your predictions in the comments and let's get this Skol chant started. Let's jump into the draft fever and see who's next to carry the Vikings legacy. The Vikings draft strategy is under the microscope. Folks, with just 4 picks, the fewest in the NFL, Kwesi Adofo-Mensah is playing chess, not checkers. Last year's trades for Dallas Turner cost us a 2nd, 3rd, and 4th rounder in 2025, leaving us with a 1st rounder at number 24, a 5th, a 6th, and a 7th. That's a tight rope to walk for a team that went 14-3 in 2024, but needs young talent to stay elite. Mock drafts are screaming for a defensive back, and one name keeps popping up: Nick Emenwari, the South Carolina safety. At 6'3", this kid's a ball-hawking missile with 78 tackles and 3 picks last season, per ESPN. Could he be the heir to Harrison Smith, who's 36 and nearing the end of his Hall of Fame run? The Vikings defense, already a top 10 unit, could get even nastier with a playmaker like Emenwari. But hold up, do we go safety or corner? Some mocks have us snagging East Carolina's Siobhan Revel Jr., a first-round talent before his ACL tear. What's your call, Skol Nation? Comment below. DB or bust? Or are we overlooking another need? The clock's ticking, and draft day's gonna be wild. Let's talk offensive line, because protecting Sam Darnold is non-negotiable. The Vikings' O-line was solid in 2024, but left guard is a question mark with Dalton Risner hitting free agency. Enter Donovan Jackson from Ohio State, a 6'4", 320-pound mauler who's a favorite in mocks from ESPN's Mel Kiper Jr. and others. Jackson started 26 games for the Buckeyes, allowing just 2 sacks in 2024, per Pro Football Focus. Jackson's a road grader in the run game, which would make Aaron Jones' life easier after his 1,200-yard season. Imagine Jones breaking loose behind Jackson's pancake blocks while Darnold gets time to hit Justin Jefferson deep. That's the kind of synergy that keeps us in the NFC North hunt against those pesky Lions. But here's the twist. Some analysts, like USA Today's Nate Davis, think we might go small school with North Dakota State's Gray Zabel. Smaller name, big upside sound familiar? Who's your pick for the O-line, Vikings fans? Hit the comments and let's debate this blockbuster choice. The secondary is where champions are made, and the Vikings know it. Our defense ranked 5th in passing yards allowed last year, but with Harrison Smith aging and Stephon Gilmore a free agent, we need youth. South Carolina's Nick Emenwari is the darling of mocks from CBS Sports and the 33rd team, and for good reason. His 4.5-second 40-yard dash and 38-inch vertical make him a sideline-to-sideline nightmare. Emenwari's tape shows a knack for big plays. Think Ed Reed with a modern twist. Pair him with Cameron Bynum, and our safety duo could lock down the back end for years. Vikings.com reports that Adofo-Mensah met with Emenwari at South Carolina's Pro Day, so the interest is real. Could this be the pick that cements our defense as the NFL's best? Or are we sleeping on Texas Jody Barron, a versatile corner who's climbing boards? Barron's 10 pass breakups in 2024 scream lockdown potential. Fans, what's the vibe, safety or corner at number 24? Drop your thoughts below and keep this draft hype rolling. Now, let's get spicy with a curveball. Cornerback Maxwell Hairston from Kentucky. NFL.com's Mike Band and others have Hairston sneaking into the Vikings' radar, and this kid's a gem. At 6'1", He's got the length to battle big receivers, racking up 14 pass breakups and 2 picks last season. Hairston's instincts are off the charts, often baiting QBs into bad throws. Picture Hairston opposite Byron Murphy Jr., giving Brian Flores' blitz-heavy scheme even more firepower. The Vikings led the NFL with 48 sacks in 2024, and a corner who can cover for 5 seconds lets Flores dial up the heat. But here's the catch. Hairston's a projected second-rounder, so do we trade up or hope he falls? What do you think, Skull Nation? Is Hairston the dark horse we need, or are we locked in on a first-round safety? Comment your take and let's keep the draft fever alive. Vikings News is your home for all the purple passion. Let's pivot to the big picture, the Vikings draft philosophy. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah loves high-upside players, even if it means swinging big, like last year's trade for Dallas Turner. Turner had 8.5 sacks as a rookie, proving Kwesi's gamble paid off. But with only 4 picks, do we play it safe or go all in again? ESPN's Kevin Seifert notes the Vikings' $315 million payroll in 2025 limits free agency, making the draft our lifeline. The mocks are split. Some see us grabbing a defensive back, others an O-lineman, but a few wild cards like Georgia's Malachi Starks keep popping up. Starks, a safety with 4.4 speed, could be a trade-up target if Kwesi gets itchy. His 112 tackles over 2 seasons scream impact. Will we mortgage future picks for a star, or stay patient at number 24? Fans, this is where you come in. Trade up or stand pat. Drop your strategy in the comments and let's game plan like we're in the Vikings war room. The draft's almost here, and the skull chants getting louder. What about the later rounds? Our 5th-round pick, number 177, could be a goldmine, and CBS Sports mocks Minnesota's Ja Joyner, an edge rusher with 6.5 sacks in 2024. Joyner's a local kid from Eagan, Minnesota. Imagine the hometown pop if he suits up in purple. He's raw but explosive, perfect for Brian Flores' scheme. With Jonathan Greenid and Dallas Turner already wreaking havoc, Joyner could be a rotational gem. Then there's our 2nd-rounder from last year's trade, Arianti Urzuri, an offensive tackle from Minnesota. Mocks have him as a day 2 steal, and at 6'6", 330 pounds, he's a mountain who allowed 0 sacks in 2024. Urzuri could be our swing tackle or future starter if Christian Darrisaw or Brian O'Neill leave. The Gophers to Vikings pipeline is real, folks. Who's your late-round crush, Vikings Nation? Joyner, Urzuri, or someone off the radar? Hit the comments and let's unearth the next hidden star. Vikings News is all about that draft grind. Let's talk rumors, because the draft rumor mill is spinning. SB Nation's Mark Schofield reports buzz around quarterbacks like Jackson Dart and Jalen Milroe. But with Sam Darnold's 3,800-yard, 28-touchdown season, we're set at QB. Instead, whispers on Vikings.com suggest Adofo-Mensah is eyeing versatile players who fit ILO, like East Carolina's Siobhan Revel Jr. A torn ACL might scare some teams, but his pre-injury tape, 4 picks and 18 pass breakups, has Kwesi intrigued. The wild card, a potential trade-up for a top 10 pick, per CBS Sports' Jonathan Jones. Imagine us snagging Colorado's Travis Hunter, the two-way star with 11 touchdowns and 4 picks in 2024. Hunter's a unicorn who could play receiver or corner, but it'd cost a king's ransom. Is it worth it, or do we trust our 4 picks to find value? Skull Nation, what's the move? Trade up for a superstar or build depth? Drop your hot takes below and let's stir the pot. The draft's coming, and Vikings News is your Draft Day HQ. Draft week is all about surprises, and the Vikings have a history of shockers. Remember when we traded up for Turner last year? This time, mocks from Newsweek's Seth Quinn and others hint at a focus on the secondary, with Georgia's Malachi Starks as a fan favorite. Starks' 4 interceptions and 52 solo tackles in 2024 make him a Flores dream. But don't sleep on small school studs like North Dakota State's Gray Zabel. USA Today's Jack McKessie loves his 6'6" frame and nasty streak, perfect for our gritty O-line. Zabel's a sleeper who could start by 2026. Will we go big name or hidden gem? That's the Vikings way. Keep 'em guessing. What's your draft day prediction? Fans? Starks, Zabel, or a total curveball? Comment below and let's get hyped for the chaos. Vikings news is riding the purple wave all the way to Green Bay. As we count down to April 24th, the stakes couldn't be higher. The Vikings are the NFL's oldest roster, per ESPN, and we need youth to keep pace in the NFC North. Our 14-3 record in 2024 was epic, but the Lions, 15-2, and Packers, 11-6, aren't slowing down. The right draft class could push us from contender to champion. Think Justin Jefferson's 2020 draft stealing the show. The mocks give us options. Emanwari, Jackson, Hairston, Starks, or even Revel if his knee checks out. Each pick is a chance to build a dynasty, but with only 4 shots, Kwesi's got to nail it. Vikings.com says Coach O'Connell's been scouting non-stop, so expect some magic at Lambeau Field. Skull Nation, are you ready for draft day? Who's your number 24 pick and why? Drop it in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe for more Vikings news. Share this with your fellow fans, and let's pack the comments with purple pride. Draft day's almost here, and the Vikings are ready to make waves. Whether we grab a lockdown safety like Nick Emanwari, a bulldozer like Donovan Jackson, or a wild card like Travis Hunter, this draft will shape our future. The 2025 NFL Draft at Lambeau Field is our chance to reload for another playoff run and maybe, just maybe, our first Super Bowl. Vikings Nation, you're the heart of this team. Your passion fuels us, from US Bank Stadium to every living room rocking purple. Let's make some noise in the comments. Who's your dream pick? And what's your boldest draft prediction? We're reading every single one. So bring the heat. That's a wrap for this Vikings news draft preview. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of our draft coverage. Share this with your Skull brothers and sisters, and let's get ready to roar on April 24th. Skull Vikings!